Debbie. Welcome to our channel. It's another episode. Thank you all for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, and for commenting. Thank you. Okay, so today we'll be having a very good discussion about the teenagers, of which we really want to enlighten the teenagers in them. Okay, for them having a good pathway towards being a youth. You understand? Okay, so Faithfulness, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, I would be wanting us to talk about something so important today, and that's in the place of teenagers finding their purpose. It's very important. There's a saying that if the purpose of a teen is not known, then abuse is what is inevitable. So if the teenagers are not knowing their purpose, then abuse is inevitable for them.
True.
Like abusing some aspects of their life, they'll just have it so careless. Okay, so why should the teenagers find their purpose? We have to start from there, so that if they know the why, then they go to the how. So why should the teenagers find their purpose?
Okay, thank you so much for having me. Like you said, my name is Faithfulness.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
So why should a teenager find their purpose? So I believe that finding purpose brings meaning to one's existence, because you can be living on the surface of the earth without actually knowing why you're here. You'll be doing so much, but you're doing so little because it's not aligned with why you're called on earth for, what you're called on earth for. From the Bible, we can see the life of Paul. He was, martyring Christians, and he was feeling fulfilled by doing that. But at the end, that was not, his purpose. That was not really why he was on earth. And when he had to find it, the final word he said before, at the end of his whole journey was, "I have finished. I have fought the good fight of faith. I've finished my cause." So finding purpose brings, meaning to life, and it gives positive impacts. You are, confident about your work. You have positive impact. You can be able to influence people's life through your own, your story and your purpose. So it's just more of like clear direction. Your directions are being cleared. You know why God brought you on earth. You know the reason for your existence, because purpose in existence have so much synergy together. So that's what I believe.
All right, thank you. So I believe we know why we should find purpose now. It's the reason for your existence. You must find it and work with it. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, so how can the teenagers find it now? The teenagers, they are this age of, we are already growing to an extent that they are this phase of, they've not yet fully walk into the full potentials that God has invested in them. Yes, there is a process towards that. So how can they find their purpose as teenagers? Some of them, there are some that they are so enthusiastic about their life. So how can they find their purpose?
Okay, that's a very good question. That's a very, very good question.
Yeah,
so
actually,
how can they find their purpose? First of all, like I would always say, please breathe in, breathe out. Calm down.
Calm down.
Like, yes, while you're in that journey, don't suffocate yourself so much that you might not even know. You might be so consumed by one thing that you might not even know the clarity you need is not in the angle you're pushing towards. So when you have so much, rest all your trust in God. Most importantly, have that belief and that knowledge that you're not the one who brought yourself on earth. There is a God factor. God brought you to this world, and He will not leave you stranded. So rest all your cares on Him, and that's the first thing. Then secondly, I would say, have self-awareness. Know yourself. From the aspect of knowing who you are. Knowing what being aware of every little thing about yourself. I would say that back then I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
Who would know that?
To be a lawyer.
You really? Oh, okay. So who would know that that little? It's not that deep. Calm down. Who would know that? Like it's like I would end up being a computer engineer now, because then what I held so much was the name doctor. It sounded so sweet,
and society.
Little do you know that you can be maxing someone else's purpose because the person is doing so well in this world, and not knowing that you have a uniqueness yourself, and everybody is not the same. So I had to start realizing that I don't like blood, I don't like this, I don't like that. So I had to now be aware of myself and now know, okay, Lord, what are the unique things about myself that I can just leverage in, you know, especially in the aspect of technology. I'm a very smart mathematics wise, so I looked at the areas of strength for my own end and fixed like my whole life ambition into it, because that's how life flows. So be aware of yourself. Then sometimes you can be in the comforts of your zone, and this is a shout out to parents. Don't look up your children every time, please, because how do you want them to realize their purpose when they are always in the house playing games? Find out, go and explore, go and volunteer, go and experience, gain, because sometimes if you don't, sometimes the hindrance between you and where you're going to is the knowledge you have not acquired. So you don't even know where you are supposed to be. You don't even know that thing that will click a dot. Oh yes. And you start moving with it. I remember the university I went for post-UTME, and just stepping into the ground, I felt this, bam, it is here. So assuming I did not explore options, I wouldn't even know that this is the right one. Do you understand? So there's this phase where you would explore, you volunteer, you experience, you engage, And secondly, how to find purpose. Please don't stay alone. Find mentors, find guidance, find people.
Catalyst to your life.
Exactly. The more you engage with people that are ahead of you in all areas, they are seeing things that you've not seen because they've gone ahead. They've gone, they've run, come back. They've fallen, they've risen, they've done a lot. So find mentors, attach yourself with people that would help you. And on the course of the whole conversation, if there's any other thing I remember, I would definitely chip it in more. Remember, your purpose comes through you being self-aware, and also remember, that ideology that purpose is outside Christ is very bad. If you narrate it, purpose is outside Christ, because every single thing that
if it's outside Christ, it will not be purpose, it will be passion now.
Right?
It will be passion. You're working your passion.
That's
true.
Right?
That's
so
true.
God is the center of our whole existence. So every single thing, in fact, you need His guidance to find the right path. You need His guidance for clarity. You need His guidance for everything. I've gotten something. I was trying to remember it. Secondly, thirdly, or lastly, I can't remember.
Anyone?
I can't remember the list.
Right.
But please draw a roadmap. The Bible says that lay the vision down so that he that reads it can run with it. Lay it down. Have a journal your life down, write them down. Inspirations that come while you pray, things you love, just journal things down, and be a good researcher. And secondly, when you find your purpose, I think that's another topic, right? When you find your purpose, you really need to be very strategic about it. Very strategic. Do not allow things to happen to you on circumstance. Let it be that you've prepared yourself for every opportunity. And the purpose of you going through life, volunteering. I talked about volunteering, right? Experiencing different things so that you understand your purpose, you understand where your purpose lies, from handling things. It's important that when you find your purpose, you now be very focused and committed to it. There's a difference between you're running with these, but you're surrounded by other things you can do to make this done. Do you understand? I can reach out to children through different means. I can volunteer I can start an organization, outreach. My aim is to reach out to children. I can partner with a pharmacist. My aim is to reach out to children. I can be doing so many things, and this is my aim, right? That's different. But what I mean is, you're having your and just know that your career and your purpose are also synergized. It's not always that your purpose, can your purpose can get you the finance you need. Sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes what bubbles us, in life might not really give us the money we need. Sometimes we now need to have that at the back of our mind while we are also pushing for career, pushing for sustainability. And sometimes your career can be linked to your purpose. So everything, just find your way. Everything. Just understand your own self and know how to also channel it into your career so that you can. Because there's nothing that's not
that is not useful at any point.
Just know what God has. need you.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Thank you.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, as a teenager, they need to have this orientation of I'm not too small to know God. You get? I'm not too small to know God. So in the place of being knowing God, then some things begins to deep collect onto deep further. So one thing about life and we having a good work with God is the Bible was saying in the heart of men there are many plans and purpose.
True.
There are many. Like when you are growing up as a teenager now, you have this mindset, oh, I'm growing already, I need to do this, I need to do that, but I think it should dawn on you now that there's a place of finding purpose and it's not too early to walk in it. It's going to be so appreciative as when we see a very young person doing some mighty things. You'll be like, wow, who is this child?
And I promise you there are people like that.
Definitely they are. Seriously they are. So we are bringing it to those that are lost or that are almost thinking that, okay, is my coming to this life just to go to school and come back? No, there is more to it. Is my coming to the life, okay, just having it, okay, let me learn that thing and find. No, there's still a place of finding purpose. And if you want to really find your purpose, you have to find God too. So in the place of knowing God, you have to fellowship with Him. Yes, you have to fellowship with God, because I would say if it was not through God, you won't get some visions. Sure, you won't. If God didn't, although we know that there's a place of you having passion for something. I feel, there's one thing that is very, there's something so amazing. That thing is, you as a person, your purpose, when your purpose comes to you so clear, at first, you won't want to like it. You get, it will look so hard. Do you mean I'm going to be doing this? You understand? Okay, now God is calling you as a pastor today. Or maybe God is calling you as an engineer today. Do you know that those processes, it won't be easy? Because from the initials, your heart might not be ready for it. You might be looking for something simpler or something softer. Because there's a process that accompanies, and you must be ready to give that process. So if you're a teenager, don't find yourself too small. You are not too small to start. I keep saying it. You are not too small to start. It's a joyful thing. When a teenager starts early, before he gets to a youth age, he's perfect. He's perfect. He's perfect and he's aligned. So when he gets, it's just that you're already in this youth age. Okay, you're already flowing well.
True.
You are.
That thing you mentioned of understanding the process. The process is very important.
Very important.
It's not enough to know who you are.
No.
It's never enough to know what you're supposed to do. It's not enough. If you cannot put the price, if you cannot pay the price to become, you will still be living a mediocre life. You will still be living a life devoid of purpose. You'll be seeing others do what you're supposed to do and be living a life of regret. And please don't start late. If you're listening to this podcast now,
please don't start late.
Don't start late. It's very painful. The painful thing about life is that you will speak to people, you will see people. Like myself, I would speak to people, I would see people stand doing something with your life. Yeah, but that mindset of there's a lot of things that have consumed this generation.
Yeah.
A lot of quick syndrome, a lot of making it fast,
quick.
Gamified life,
sure.
There are some people don't go and take something that is not your purpose. There are some people that they were born, people that created this game thing. That was the bubbling thing about them. They came, this was the vision they had, they created it for you, and you that was given something different, you want to consume your life doing nothing, playing games all day.
I was saying something that it will not be good. God has ordained you as a priest and you turned out to be a pocket speaker. Do you understand? So how then do we correlate that? If God has, He said, before I formed thee, I know thee. You understand? I already knew thee, who you will be. I've ordained thee to be a prophet, Abi. And you come out of your mother's belly, you want to be a what? So we are bringing it to you. You are not too small to start. You are not too young to start. You are not too young to start. You are not too young to think that I can carry God. You are not too young to start making those figures. Yes, but everything must be done in the right way. Dear teenagers, it is good to find your purpose, and when you find your purpose, stay in it, follow the process, and trust God for help. be faithful for this.
Exactly.
So okay, so what more can we say to the teenagers?
Okay, so my final word to every teenager listening to this is don't forget the place of prayers.
Yeah.
Always put all your plans to God in prayers.
Yeah.
Everything, dream big. In
Dream
fact,
big.
God will fund it. I'm betting you that God will fund it.
Dream big.
Dream big.
Yeah.
Plan. Make. In fact, don't be afraid to Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to start failing now, because it's better you fail now than you climb without going through that failing process and learning from it, and you just like. So please, start, explore, fail, pick up, learn, go again, keep on pushing. Everything that you're trying to do, you're learning, you're doing, it's all the process. That's the full package. And you'll come one day sitting like this and telling about your story.
Yeah, and
I believe in you.
Yeah, and something I want to chip into is, dear teenagers, there's something I would encourage teenagers to really move with again is, after finding God, please take your education serious. I mean, you understand, we've grown with this mindset.
Can come in so many ways.
Yeah, and let me tell you, we don't know. There is a place education helps your purpose. Do you understand? There is a place education helps your purpose. Yes. It's beyond the eloquency, but there's an enlightenment education does to a man. Yeah, it does. So please take your education seriously in school. Don't have this mindset of school is scam. We've been growing up with that. School is scam, but it's not. So please, when it comes to your education, please take it. See, at a point I have to be like, no, I would definitely work out something with my school. Yeah, and to God be the glory. Thank God. Now we're not teaching people based on our personal experience, but that's just how it should be. Understand? And that's a very good footprint. Please don't take your education with levity. Please, the way you are striving to have that fun, play that game. You understand? You see that game aspect, it's just overwhelming. And funny enough, life is the way life is balancing some people. You'll see some people, they don't want to be serious at all, and you will still see some people that they are very serious, so intentional. I've seen teenagers that be like, wow, what this teenager is doing safe. Wow, I didn't do this when I was at her age, but with God's help. So that's it comes to a place of that teenager found God early. So dear teenagers, find God and be serious. Be serious, please. Like she said, please pray. If there's anything you are confused about, please pray. If there's at any point in time you don't have something, pray. And like I said in the last video, I said learn to speak out. Speak out. So as you are praying, learn to speak out. There are sometimes that your speaking can make your prayers to be answered in such a way that, okay, maybe you're going to meet someone now for something, and after you meet, before going to meet that person, you have prayed. Now you have placed it in the hand of God. You go to meet that person now. You didn't see anything. You understand? You didn't see anything. It's more of like, keep praying. God won't come down. Yeah,
open your mouth.
Yeah. God is the source, but man is the channel. Okay? So at every point, I learn to speak out. Like that speaker, it has dealt with me. So some way, you understand, and some way it has helped. You understand? Yeah, you should understand.
I understand.
So I just pray God helps the teenagers, and we look forward to having more of this to teenagers. So please do well to subscribe, follow us. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
And lastly, anything that you notice that we didn't say, you can drop it in the comment section. Something you feel that
the teenagers should know. Yeah, if you feel like the teenagers, this is how they can find their purpose, this has helped you, you can as well share. We all have different paths to life. What helped A might not help B, but we know God is the factor, but we all have different roots. This is the tree, different branches. So we have to know which one works with us. Do well to follow us, like our videos, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dr. Jerry. Bye.